Hey guys, we're back, and this time we're going to be talking about the TV series Dragon Ball Z Saiyan Saga.
Dragon Ball Z.
So in case you guys didn't know, we're both really big Dragon Ball Z fans since the time it was first shown on Toonami.
Yeah, man. For sure, that's like the childhood thing back then. What Star Wars was to movies, for me, like Dragon Ball Z was kind of like for the anime cartoon thing.
Yeah, and it is a huge series, still ongoing. You have Dragon Ball Super now, started off with Dragon Ball back in the 80s, I think, in Japan when it first got shown. Yeah.
Probably, yeah.
So it's been going on for a long time. So this time we're just going to be talking about the Saiyan Saga, as it's called. So basically when the time Dragon Ball Z first starts and... yeah, the end of what is called the Saiyan Saga.
Yeah, and we'll probably do multiple episodes. Obviously, as not back to back, but
we'll bring back Dragon Ball Z.
Yeah, we'll Dragon Ball Part 2. We'll continue another section of it and
another saga.
It goes. Yeah. So because we're gonna talk about this whole throughout the course of our this show, the podcast. We're gonna talk about the whole series.
And hopefully, get up to where Super is currently.
Yeah, I'm almost done watching it.
I'm not.
Yeah. It's got about maybe 15-ish episodes left of that one.
Yeah. All right, guys. Yes. Well, Saiyan Saga. So Dragon Ball Z starts off with Goku, who was now in Dragon Ball, is now an adult. Mm-hmm. He has a kid now named Gohan, who he named after his grandfather.
Yep.
And life is peaceful. Everything's good.
Yeah.
He sees all his old friends, Krillin, Master Roshi, Bulma. He hasn't seen them in a while. He went off with his wife, Chi-Chi, and had a baby.
Yeah.
And, now he's kind of just, it's been, how old is Gohan, 7?
I think he's even younger. I think he's younger than that.
So it's 5 years. So it's been 5 years since he's seen them. So this is all their first time seeing Gohan. And on this happy, glorious day, Goku gets a little family reunion.
Yeah, Raditz, his brother
Raditz, who he informs Goku that Goku is not an Earthling.
Yeah, that was that his first time knowing that? I can't remember.
Yeah,
from it was a big reveal.
That was his first time he found out he was actually a race called a Saiyan, and that's where his tail came from.
Yeah, because he remembers it from Dragon Ball, but never.
Mm-hmm. So Saiyans have tails. Goku had a tail in Dragon Ball, and whenever they look at the moon, they turn into giant ape-like creatures. And I forget what that's called.
Ooh, oh God, I should know. I should know
that.
Like man, that's gonna bother me.
Yeah, you guys will definitely let us know in the comment section since we didn't remember.
For sure. I know.
But which Raditz informs Goku that's the source of all the Saiyans' powers is their tail, their ability to turn into the ape-like creatures. And so he sees Gohan and sees Gohan still has his tail. So instead of taking Goku back with him, because that's what his whole plan was, he kidnaps Gohan to recruit him.
I think he kind of sees Goku as like a lost cause type of a thing.
He got soft. Basically, Saiyans are supposed to remember things since birth. And Goku hit his head as a baby.
Yeah.
So he got wiped of all his mission. His mission was to destroy all the Earthlings and take over the planet, basically. Hit his head, was raised by Grandpa Gohan, and ended up being good. And so, Raditz sees him as, like I said, a lost cause. He's no longer a Saiyan in his eyes. He's a waste. He's a weak Earthling now. So he sees Goku's son, Gohan, sells his tail.
Potential, yeah.
So he's gonna kidnap him, basically, and raise him as a warrior.
Yeah, so he kidnaps him, and then so I think that's when Piccolo shows up, right?
Yeah.
Piccolo shows up, so obviously they've had a lot of bad blood in the past because King Piccolo was obviously evil.
Mm-hmm. And then Goku goes through him, and then he spits up an egg.
He spawns Piccolo, who again was kind of evil at first
in
the martial art tournament.
Enemy.
That was like the final thing of Dragon Ball.
Yeah, he's still Goku's enemy at this point.
But
and then they band together to fight Raditz. You see
sees Raditz as the bigger threat.
Mm-hmm. So then you see a little hint of Gohan's hidden potential.
Yeah, because a fight ensues, obviously, and then Raditz is at that point a lot stronger than both of them.
Oh yeah.
Is beating up on him. He's beating up on Goku, and Gohan's seeing it from Raditz's little pod, his space pod. Mm-hmm. And you see the first hint of like Gohan's
And at this
hidden
point,
power.
they had scouters, so they're able to like read power levels with their scouters.
The scouters
and
power levels.
apparently, yeah, when Goku and Piccolo were taking off their clothes and getting more powerful. They had weighted clothing, but that's kind of a funny thing to think about.
His goes off as Gohan's powers like
Gohan gets angry and he just blows up his Saiyan ship basically, and then
headbutts him.
Yeah, he headbutts him. Yeah,
super headbutt. But,
he does skull bash like Charmander. Right on Raditz. And but then that was
and it hurts him. It hurts.
That was
Raditz.
a moment thing though. Gohan turns back to normal and it's not as powerful anymore. And then
power recoil.
Yeah. And then so Piccolo has to use his new deadly move called Special Beam Cannon.
Special Beam Cannon. Yeah.
So Goku has, because it takes like 3 hours to charge up, so Goku has to sit there and hold Raditz basically for the duration of the time it takes Piccolo to charge up his attack.
Dragon Ball time? Is that like Dragon Ball Z time?
It's like 10 days. That's one frustrating thing about Dragon Ball Z is the dialogue.
How time passes.
We'll complain more during the Frieza saga, that's for sure.
Oh man, it doesn't stop.
It doesn't, but I think that's
even
one of the
in Dragon
worst.
Ball Super. Once you get to the tournament of power, it's
gotta love that
50 episodes of something that's supposed to take 40 minutes. But
yeah, so Goku's holding Raditz. Piccolo shoots his Special Beam Cannon.
Goes through both of
them. They both die.
Kills them both. Yeah.
And so they have the Dragon Ball. The Dragon Balls are items that you collect all 7 of them, bring them together, and then you say Arise Shenron, and then a giant snake-like green dragon comes out of them and grants you one wish. Mm-hmm. Yeah, so they're gonna wish back Goku. I think that was the first time Goku's died, because there's a lot of little rules with these first sets of Dragon Balls.
Yeah, they can only revive somebody once.
One time. Krillin gets brought back like 14. But
right, because at that point he was already. I think he died once in Dragon Ball.
Yeah, and they brought him back. He does a couple other times, I think, maybe one other time. I don't know. It seems like a lot.
So yeah, but Goku stops him at first. Like he doesn't want to get revived back yet.
Not yet. Yeah, he just needed to wait because Raditz told them of other more powerful Saiyans that are on their way in exactly 1 year.
In 1 year,
he knew the time.
Yeah,
but so Goku said, "Bring me back in 1 year." And
he's gonna train. He's in the afterlife, and he sees like, I can do some training here.
Yeah, so he talks to King Yema, who tells him about. Was it King Yema who tells him, or was it
King? Yeah.
Or was it Baba who tells him about King Kai?
I forgot. I think it was Yen, or both of them at the same time. Maybe
it might have been.
Yenma's
details aside.
Yeah, Yenma's at the start of what's called Snake Way.
Mm-hmm. Or the checkout point, the check-in point.
The check-in point, yeah.
Yeah, so they send Raditz to hell, and Goku gets to go train with King Kai. And
then on Earth, Piccolo takes it among himself to start training Gohan.
And yeah, so Chi-Chi loses her son and her husband all in one day.
Yeah.
Her 5-year-old son gets taken away by an evil green man.
From what they know at this point.
He's a villain, yeah.
Yeah.
And then the rest of them train with Kami on Kami's lookout, who is somehow like Piccolo's split.
Yeah,
they're tied together. So if Piccolo dies, Kami dies, and vice versa. Mm-hmm. And Kami lives on Kami's lookout, which is a giant tower that if you climb, you get to see a talking cat.
Yeah, Korin.
Yeah.
And sensu beans.
Yeah, sensu beans are cool. They basically eat them and they heal you. So anyway, Goku gets to go to King Kai's. There's a whole entire travel thing down Snake Way.
Snake Way, yep. A lot of like, I guess what they call filler episodes in there. So
that's one thing about Dragon Ball Z, you guys. And if you like anime, then you probably are used to this.
Used to filler stuff.
There's a lot of filler stuff in Dragon Ball Z. A lot.
Which they made. I mean, then Dragon Ball Kai came out afterward, where they cut a lot of that out. Mm-hmm. So they kind of took just the main elements of the story and.
Yeah, if you don't mind filler, I mean, the epic moments in Dragon Ball Z are amazing. So
yeah, different things. They made stuff with Snake Queen.
Yeah, then he falls off Snake Way, which is they say if you fall Snake Way, there's no way getting back up. But he's Goku, so Goku gets back up. He meets 2 demon brothers who he tricks to helping him get back up, and then can he fly at this point?
No, I don't think.
I think he can, but not as fast because he has a cloud called Flying Nimbus where you have to be pure of heart to ride, and that's faster than him at this point. So because I think he starts running.
Yeah,
on Snake Way.
he's running on Snake Way that first time.
Yeah.
In Saiyan Saga.
And then he gets to King Kai's planet, and King Kai's this little blue round beetle looking guy.
Yeah.
Also voiced by Sean Schemmel, who's the voice of Goku.
In the English,
Yeah, in the
English
English,
version, which that's what we're mostly going to be talking about, the English.
Yeah.
Toonami.
I'm sorry, guys. The Japanese version just makes me laugh a lot.
Yeah, I can watch it. I'm used to. I usually watch animes like in Japanese most of the time.
Either or. But yeah, Dragon Ball Z is one.
I don't mind the dubs when they're done well. Yeah, it's better than that. But Dragon Ball Z was always one of the ones that it was way better in English.
Yeah, I mean Chris Sabat, Sean Schemmel,
really
like those
talented voice actors that know what they're doing, and they really take these characters to heart. And they really go,
they are these characters,
especially now, man. Sabat's pretty much taken over.
He took over. Yeah, he in the American dub. Yeah, he's a director and
So,
but yeah, so Goku has to do has to make King Kai laugh, so he tells him a joke.
A little test before he can train. King Kai's very like a laid back, funny type of knows his stuff, but he's just like
it's called King Kai's planet, and it's literally a little ball that he lives on. And so Goku's training was King Kai has pets.
Yeah, Bubbles
and these pets are incorporated into his training. So like apparently King Kai's planet, its gravity is a lot
higher than Earth's.
Yeah, a lot stronger than Earth, so you can't move very well. And so Goku has to try to catch the monkey, Bubbles,
yep.
And then he has to try to hit the
Gregory,
the little cricket named Gregory. He has to hit him with a hammer, which sounds cruel, but
the training on high gravity, that's
and then he learns different techniques there, which you really don't see too much of him learning those techniques.
Oh no, it's kind of like an off-screen thing where he learns them.
And so a long story short, they all get done with their training and they're all prepared. Goku still has to go all the way back down Snake Way before he can get to Earth, and then the Saiyans arrive.
So the Saiyans arrive before Goku is actually there. So you get Nappa and Prince Vegeta.
Yep. And so you have Gohan, Tien, Yamcha, Chaozu, Piccolo, Krillin.
Yeah.
And they're all there waiting to fight. They've all been training too. And you got to remember, these guys were competitors with Goku in Dragon Ball. So I mean, from what we know now, they're all very, very powerful, especially Piccolo and Tien. Like those two were one of the most powerful at the end of Dragon Ball.
Yeah, right.
And so the Saiyans get there. Nappa starts fighting them, and
immediately the level of power is completely not even close.
Yamcha dies hilariously.
Nappa doesn't even really fight at first. He creates his little plant people, the
Cybermen, who are all as powerful as Raditz. We can grow our own Raditz. So
Nappa's got the power of 6 Raditzes or something.
That's how they gauge their power. Still with the Scouters and stuff like that.
Power levels.
And
so the Cybermen, one of them self-disintegrates.
Latches onto Yamcha and blows
him up, kills Yamcha. Doesn't do much. Sad Yamcha.
Yamcha doesn't do anything. He couldn't wolf Fang Fist his way out of this one, so.
Nah, not anymore.
And so the whole time they're fighting, Goku's trying to make his way back down Snake Way.
Yeah. And they're just falling one by one. Shiatsu, I think they end up kind of taking care of the Cybermen, like Piccolo and Tien.
Yeah, Krillin destroys a few by himself, actually.
Yeah, Krillin. Like the other ones can they hold their own against the Cybermen, but then once Nappa...
except Yamcha.
Except Yamcha. Once Nappa gets in the fight, he just overpowers them all. They can't do it. Chiaotzu self-destructs.
Chiaotzu tries to do the same thing the Cybermen did to Yamcha to Nappa, but doesn't work out so well. No, he self-destructs and doesn't do anything.
And then they're fighting. I think Nappa was going to blast Gohan away.
Well, then Tien tries to get revenge, remember? And he ends up exerting all his energy trying to destroy Nappa, and he ends up dying.
Dying himself.
And then, Nappa's about to blow Gohan away, and Piccolo stepped in front of the blast, and so he dies too.
Yep.
And so you're left with Gohan and Krillin.
Pretty much, and they have to, they're the last line of defense.
And then Nappa's about to crush Gohan's head, and at that very moment, you see Nimbus, where Gohan disappears, and he's sitting on top of flying Nimbus at that point. And so Goku shows up. Which, as a child, Goku was my favorite character. He was so cool. I loved, and so when Goku got there, when I first saw that,
it was really cool moments that then continue as the series.
I got goosebumps, getting goosebumps right now just thinking about it. It was awesome. So Goku shows up and he easily takes care of Nappa.
The famous over 9,000. Power
it's
level over 9,000.
Yep. And he crushes his scouter.
Crushes it. Yep. But he takes out Nappa easily.
Yep, and then Vegeta ends up killing him.
Yep, he's like, this dude's a weakling.
Yep.
So he wipes out Nappa.
And then, the fight between Goku and Vegeta begins.
Yeah, the first big, epic battle in the Dragon Ball.
And that fight was amazing. Again, awesome, another one of those 50-episode fights. So
it wasn't that long for that.
Yeah, I might be exaggerating. Still, it goes on for a while because
they fight. Vegeta's obviously the skill of Vegeta.
And then so you see a lot of new techniques from Goku in this fight that you haven't seen before, in Dragon Ball or the little bit of Dragon Ball Z that they've shown. Like his Kaioken.
Yep, that's the big reveal of.
That's one of my favorites.
The Kaioken,
and then
he learns from King Kai.
King Kai, which multiplies his power. He can go just Kaioken, then Kaioken times 2,
times 3, whatever,
times 4,
and then he really pushes it. Where he has as the fight goes on, he has to push it beyond the limit that anybody should be able to take it.
Yeah, because your body basically cannot take the stress, the power that it's exerting.
Because King Kai's watching the fight from his planet.
And just talking to Goku about how he shouldn't be doing this. But so the fight goes on. It kind of plays off like a video game where there's different stages of Vegeta that Goku has to fight.
Yeah.
So you have regular Vegeta, and then and then Vegeta somehow finds a way to manipulate or not copy the moon's essence.
They have a big blast for Vegeta's got the Gallic gun.
Yeah, his Gallic gun, and then Goku
got
does
his signature Kamehameha wave,
which he does times 4 and ends up
with the Kaioken
overpowering the Gallic gun and beating Vegeta in that little duel.
Right.
And then Vegeta,
but he doesn't die. Yeah, he comes back.
Doesn't die, comes back, creates his own little moon because it's daytime when they're fighting, and then actually no, Piccolo blew up the moon anyway.
Blew up the moon.
So he's training Gohan. Gohan transforms into the giant ape. Piccolo gets mad and destroys the moon, and then
and then Vegeta has a way to make an artificial moon.
Mm-hmm.
So he does that.
Which he says Goku's dad is the one that showed him how to do it. Bardock, I believe, was the one who
learned it. That sounds right.
Yeah,
that's right. Yeah.
And so he creates his own moon, turns into the giant ape, and so now Goku's just basically getting slapped around now.
Yeah, they're all getting slapped around for the most part, and they realize we gotta cut it off.
His tail. Yep.
His tail.
So when Goku's I think he was getting crushed at this point. Vegeta had him in his hands and was crushing him, and then Yajirobe is a character from Dragon Ball who's kind of more of a comic relief character than an actual threat or fighter.
Lazy.
And so he runs into the scene and he has his little sword and he
samurai sword
cuts off his tail.
From this nobody pretty much.
And then he runs and hides. That's basically all he did. He had a shiny moment right there.
Yeah.
And then
Vegeta's back down. It's round 2 again, but
Goku's body's crushed at this point, so he can't fight. So it's left to Krillin and Gohan to try to hold him off. And then Goku creates another one of his signature moves called the Spirit Bomb. Spirit Bomb, and then throws it at Vegeta.
A mini version of it, or the first.
It's the first one we see. So we see bigger ones, but.
Yeah.
This is the first version we see. So he throws it at Vegeta. Vegeta dodges it, and then it's going straight at Gohan. And then Goku's trying to talk Gohan on how to.
Yeah, because it's another one of those pure of heart things, right? That's how they talk about it in the beginning.
So Gohan blasts it back towards Vegeta, hits Vegeta. He's basically down for the count at this point, and he's about to. Well, basically Gohan.
They have the opportunity to kill Vegeta.
Yeah. So Goku and Vegeta are both out of commission. They both can't fight. Krillin's able to move, so he picks up
Yajirobe's sword.
Yajirobe's sword, and he's gonna deal the final blow to Vegeta, but Goku stops him. He says, "I feel he might be important later on," so he lets him go. So Vegeta
probably part is because he probably wants to fight him again.
Yeah, probably.
Goku, he's got that. maybe he doesn't really fully recognize the Saiyan heritage at that point, but it's like instinct. He just wants the warrior
the strongest
race.
fighter, yeah. So they let him go. Vegeta gets back to his ship, and then that's basically the Saiyan Saga.
Yeah.
I loved it. I really do love that series.
Yeah.
That saga is the one that got me into Dragon Ball Z. Actually, episode 1 when I first saw it got me into Dragon Ball Z. So if you guys haven't seen it by some miracle, check it out.
Yeah, man.
If you can get a hold of it.
Of anime at all, you're definitely checking it
Yeah,
out.
I love it.
Z,
if you guys have any comments or anything else we missed or any discussions you guys want to bring up from us talking about this, go ahead.
Just keep a lookout for future episodes down the road. We'll definitely continue it later on.
Yeah, for sure. All right, guys. So next time it's me the video game one, and we're gonna be talking about Injustice 2.